Bilingual Redditors, have you ever heard someone talk about you secretly in another language that didn't think you understood? Once on the subway in New York, this young guy tells his friend in French, who would wear red pants. I turn to him and say, "You'd better watch out, you're not the only one that speaks French." His friend then gets extremely embarrassed and says, "I told you so."
I'm American. I was in Paris on the metro, and I heard these drunk American girls talking about me. I glanced at them and heard one say, "Do you think he's listening?" And her friend said, "No, we're speaking English. He probably only understands French. I don't even speak French. I am Hispanic and fluent in both English and Spanish, and people often think I don't speak Spanish. So there was this one time I was at a laundromat folding clothes, while these two Hispanic ladies are at a table across from me folding their clothes. Both of them are speaking loudly in Spanish, so I couldn't help but overhear what they were talking about. They start talking about alcohol. One of them said ever since she got married and had a kid she stopped drinking. The other chick was saying that she loved getting drunk and could not live without alcohol, that she wanted a boyfriend so he could buy her alcohol and take care of her kid. Then they both start talking about their ideal boyfriend. One of them says that she is lucky to have found her husband because he is everything she wanted in a guy. The other chick was listing off a huge checklist of her perfect guy. Hot guy, must worship her, buy her everything, amazing job, clean, cook, take care of kids, etc. She then is interrupted by her friend saying that she was never going to find her perfect guy with her list being so long. She then turns and looks towards me saying, "What about a guy like him?" Her friend immediately rejected that idea. She then began to make fun of my clothes, hair, glasses, everything. I'm a pretty nerdy looking dude. She says how I look like a loser who is doing nothing in life, probably that I'm poor and won't be able to buy her things, and more. I think to myself that this chick is quite rude and loudly reply in Spanish, "I wouldn't be into a chick like yourself, because I wouldn't want a lazy drunk for a girlfriend." She got silent and just stared at me. Her friend began to laugh uncontrollably. I'm bilingual, English and French. I was in the hospital recovering from surgery, high as fuck on morphine, when shift change occurred. The two nurses were talking in French, one briefing the other on the 4 patients in the room, who had all been speaking English with their visitors. The briefing included color commentary about our personalities, some of it being relevant to our medical status, e.g. Woman in bed 2 hasn't gone to the bathroom yet on her own, used a commode, because she's being a big baby. Man in bed 3 has problems hitting the bowl and that it might be better to have a catheter put back in than to have housekeeping come back every hour. And that he's an asshole for thinking it's funny. When they got to me, nurse 1 said that I was high as fuck and hilarious, and that nurse 2 would enjoy any conversations I had with my dad if he came back. I sat up, said, "Thank you, my dad thinks I'm funny too," in French, and laid back down. They both stood awkwardly, and then said, "You'll be discreet?" I nodded and said, "For more pudding." More pudding arrived.